Walsh gets on with his puck out against this breeze. Ollie competes with Cap. And it drops on his own 70-yard line. A little bit further, John Tehan pulls on, it comes down to John Flanagan. Flanagan caught Tipperary out to the wing to Liam Devaney, and Seamus Clare pulls on it, and as he breaks his stick, he's appealing for a stick. He's a broken stick there. The ball went off his stick for a line ball to be taken by Len Gaynor. For Tipperary, goes into Liam Devaney, doesn't quite hold on to it. John Flanagan has it now. John sends it into the goal mouth, and Ollie Walsh grabs the ball, and out it goes to the far side of the field. John Tehan going down now for Kilkenny, being tackled by Mick Roach. Mick Roach up the field. Ball blocked down by Martin Coogan. Martin Coogan up now to Tom Walsh. Tom Walsh and Tony Wall together. Tony Wall for Tipperary, down the field with it. And the ball breaking with the referee, runs in, blows his whistle, and awards a free for a push in the back there. A free to tip from just outside the Kilkenny 70-yard line. Mick Roach to take it. Sunshine disappearing for a moment. And Mick's puck is straight, it's true, but it's also wide. It's gone to the right and wide. This wind can be very, very tricky. It may be behind a team, but it is doing a little bit of wavering hither and thither. Waiting for it out in the centre of the field, the two number 8s, Paddy Moran and Theo English together. And it's Mick Roach who blocks it down. Pat Henderson for Kilkenny now along the ground to Eddie Kerr, pulling on it, missing it. And the ball going back to Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor up the field. Martin Coogan again. This wonderful hurler right along this right wing with the ball now. Tony Wall has gone backward. The sound defending Tony Wall right through the centre to John Tehan. John Tehan of Kilkenny lets it go, and it goes to Paddy Moran. Paddy Moran to Tommy Walsh of Kilkenny. He's 40 yards out. It's a shot, and it's gone to the left. It's blocked down near the goal line. No, it's not. It's gone over the heads of everybody, and it's gone wide. Almost 3 minutes old, this game, and no score. These great traditional rivals of hurling. John O'Donoghue with the puck out. And with the wind behind him, it drops about 35 yards out from the goal. John Flanagan is out there. John and Pat Henderson going trusting for it. Donny Nealon gets his stick to it, sends it across down towards the centre. Pa Dillon and Babs Keating going for it together. Pa Dillon scooping it up, and it's a clearance, but John Flanagan there. Pat Henderson comes for it in first time. Paddy Moran first time here, doesn't quite connect. Theo English now 50 yards out from the Kilkenny goal with a high ball to the left, and Sean McLaughlin tried to get it down. He can't, and it's wide. 3 wides in the game so far in 3 minutes, and all for the win favoured Tipperary men. Ollie Walsh with the puck out. Wind catching it, but it still drops just over the 70-yard line. Klaus Dunn up the centre to Tom Walsh. Tom Walsh further up the field. Back for it now is Tony Wall. Kieran Carey is there. The ball breaks loose to Paddy Moran of Kilkenny. Paddy now on his 70 yards out from the Tipperary goal. Out to the wing, racing out on the far side with Martin Brennan. Martin Brennan gets it into the centre towards Jim Lynch. And it is cleared out by Len Gaynor. Klaus Dunn has gone out for it. Across into the centre, Tom Walsh pulling on it, Eddie Kerr coming across, but so also is Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor to Donny Nealon, but Martin Coogan is there. Martin Coogan for Kilkenny, right through the centre. Where Tony Wall, like a wall as it were, in there in the centre, but it's penetrated this time, and the ball comes out to the right wing. Eddie Kerr running onto it, and he's way blocked there by Len Gaynor. Jim Lynch out to the far side, and Klaus Dunn with the ball now, 40 yards out, steadying himself. It's high, it's into the goal mouth, and it's blocked out by Jonathan. A free. The referee has penalised the Tipperary backs for holding, and there's a free for Kilkenny. And Eddie Kerr will take it on the 21-yard line, dead straight in front of the goal. The crouching Tipperary men waiting for it. It's low, it's blocked down by John Doyle. And it comes across into the centre, and it's a shot there that's very well blocked down by John O'Donoghue. And a clearance comes out to Paddy Moran. Paddy Moran into the goal mouth, and it's a goal! It's a goal! Paddy Moran the scorer. Kilkenny 1 goal, Tipperary no score after 5 minutes of play. Paddy Moran from way out the field, a short puck out by John O'Donoghue. It goes to Jim Lynch. Jim on the 21 is held, and there's another free for Kilkenny. Eddie Kerr to take it about 25 to 30 yards out from the goal, and I'm sure he'll try for a point this time. Referee waving the players away from him. and it's the point. Eddie Kerr the scorer, 1 goal and 1 point for Kilkenny, no score for Tipperary. John O'Donoghue to take the puck out. This game really is taking a turn around. Remember, Tipper playing with this howling gale behind them. And to prove the strength of it, that ball drops 40 yards out from 30 yards out, back to the Kilkenny goal to Pat Henderson. Pat Henderson comes up the field. Tony Wall across to Theo English. Theo English in the 70 yards from the Kilkenny goal to Babs Keating. Babs 21 yards out, tipping it into the centre to Sean McLaughlin. There's a terrific tussle in the goal mouth and the ball has gone wide. And the first man to signal it wide was Ollie Walsh. Jimmy Doyle back on the Tipperary team, in there in the thick of it there. Jimmy, who was off because of injury for quite a while, selected for this game. And the puck out against the wind, drops on the halfway line. Martin Coogan gone out for it, and it's gone out over the sideline. Donny Nealon over there. And the linesman decides that it was Donny who tapped it off Martin Coogan's stick. At least that was the signal he gave first, and it's the signal that he stuck by. Martin Coogan takes the line ball right through the centre. Jim Lynch across, or he tried to get it across. Out comes John Doyle. John Doyle shouldered by Eddie Kerr. John Doyle still with the ball. John Doyle on the ground, and there is a free out for Tipperary for a foul on John Doyle. All started with a shoulder there by Eddie Kerr, and John somewhat shaken, but nevertheless going to take the free. And John still a little bit shaken, now coming up to take his free. A low one down towards Mick Roach. The ball comes back up now to Mick Burns. The referee has blown his whistle. Referee has blown his whistle for a foul on Mick Roach in the centre of the field. 3-2 to Tipperary, and it is just short of the Kilkenny 70-yard line. Tony Wall and Mick Roach having a council of war out there to see what they're going to do, and it's Mick Roach is going to take it. 8 minutes gone, Kilkenny leading 1 goal and 1 point to no score. This one's high, this one's over the bar, a point. A point for Tipperary. Scored by Mick Roach from a free, making the score. Kilkenny 1 goal and 1 point. Tipperary 1 point. Just short of 9 minutes gone in the first half. Ollie Walsh's puck out, intended for Paddy Moran. In comes John Flanagan, the fair-haired young man of the Tipperary team. He's puck blocked on by Pat Henderson, and then John Flanagan further up the field. Now Jim Tracy with the ball. Coming out, being chased by Jimmy Doyle. Jimmy Doyle is grounded there as he comes out, and Jim Tracy makes his clearance up this side of the field. Tom Walsh and Tony Wall. Tony Wall, a short pass to John Flanagan. And the 20-year-old lad sends it up now to Mick Roach. Mick Roach being tackled by Seamus Clear. In now to the waiting Liam Devaney. Liam Devaney out to the waiting Theo English. Theo English, a shot that's low. It's gone to the left, and it has gone over the end line and wide. And the score remains. Kilkenny 1 goal and 1 point. That's 4 points. And it's 1 point for Tipperary. Tip playing with a very strong breeze, but the referee has blown his whistle, or no, it's a 70, correction, it's a 70 there. It's a 70, it's about halfway between the Hogan stand sideline and the goal on the left, and Mick Roach is going to take it. It's high into the goal mouth. Ollie Walsh blocks it down. Sean McLaughlin pabs it across in front of the goal, and in there on top of it is Johnny Nealon, and Ollie Walsh has got the ball. Out he comes, but despite the tackles of the Tipperary men, and listen to that crowd roar. Out it comes to the centre. It's gone back in again, I think. No, Liam Devaney has hooshed off the ball, and it's gone out over the sideline off Mick Roach. A pull there by Paddy Moran. The ball went off Mick Roach. It's over the sideline for a line ball for Tip. What a wonderful save by Ollie Walsh, under all kinds of pressure. Line ball by Seamus Clear up to this side of the field. It's gone out over the line, and the linesman holding his flag up straight. It's a linesman's ball. Eddie Kerr and Len Gaynor waiting for the ball to be thrown in. Eddie Kerr gets it first, and it goes off his stick as he pulls on it, and it goes out over the line for a line ball for Tipperary. The breeze really blowing very, very strongly. Absolutely howling. As Len Gaynor's puck is blocked down by Eddie Kerr across to Klaus Dunn. Klaus Dunn now 60 yards out. Sidestepping Kieran Carey. He's working his way through. He takes a shot. It's high. It's dropped into the goal mouth. It's hopped out over the end line and it's wide. And in the middle of the photographers down on the line or just behind the line there goes Noel O'Gorman. I don't know whether any lenses were broken or not, but Noel went over the top anyway, and the puck out comes to Mick Burns. Mick Burns way up the field, right into the goal mouth with the ball now. Sean McLaughlin across in front of the goal, and in pulling on it is Pa Dillon. The ball comes out to Mick Roach. Mick Roach for Tipperary now 30 yards out. It's high and it's a point. Mick Roach the scorer, and that makes the score now as this centre field man, the captain of the team, sent that one over. Kilkenny 1 goal and 1 point, Tipperary 2 points, and we make it almost 12 minutes gone in the first half. Tipperary favoured by this strong breeze, although Kilkenny lead by 4-2. Ollie Walsh's puck out and just wonder where it'll go in the second half with the breeze behind him. Pulled on first time by Klaus Dunn from 60 yards from his own goal up to Jim Lynch. Jim Lynch 70 yards out now from the Tipperary goal to Paddy Moran. Paddy Moran right through the centre, but Len Gaynor is there for the tip man. His shortish pass intended to, and it does go to Theo English, who's pushed in the back, and there is a free for Tipperary. Theo English to take it. 60 yards out, no. Theo's being sent up field, and the ball is going to be hit by Mick Burns. And it's a lovely shot right into the goal mouth, and Ollie Walsh is in possession. There's a tussle in the goal mouth. Ollie has come out with the ball. He's still got it, and what a game he's having, right out into the centre of the field, where it comes to Mick Roach, to Theo English. Theo English working his way through. His way blocked there by Martin Coogan. Donny Nealon is over there. Donny Nealon into the centre. Pat Henderson up the field. Mick Burns back down the field. Pat Henderson up the field again to Tom Walsh, to Martin Brennan and John Doyle. John Doyle gets it to Mick Burns, and Mick Burns cutting the ball delightfully up the field, and it's grabbed by Jim Tracy. Jim Tracy's puck blocked down by John Flanagan. The ball across now towards Liam Devaney. Seamus Clear is there, and Seamus for the Kilkenny men coming up this side of the field, trying to get the ball up in his stick, and John Flanagan knocks it off his stick. Jimmy Doyle has come out now, away from his own wing altogether, and the referee penalises Seamus Clear for holding on to him, and there is a free for Tipperary, and Jimmy Doyle to take it. And Jimmy sends it high, and Jimmy has sent it over the bar for a point. Jimmy Doyle, the scorer, the top scorer of the decade in hurling, sending that one over now to narrow the gap. The score now, Kilkenny 1 goal and 1 point, Tipperary 3 points. That's 4 points to 3, about 14 minutes gone in the first half. A switch in the Tipperary team has Jimmy Doyle on the half line, and Donny Nealon in there with the ball now in the full line. Donny working his way through his shot, and it's a goal! Donny Nealon the scorer as Tipperary now lead 1 goal and 3 points to Kilkenny's 1 goal and 1, almost halfway through the first half. Puck out by Ollie Walsh into the centre of the field. Mick Roach gets to it, to Jimmy Doyle. And Jimmy has gone back in, top of the right now again. Jim Tracy is out there chasing Liam Devaney. The boom of his jet going overhead as Paddy Moran sends Kilkenny into the attack. Down comes John Doyle with the ball. It goes off his stick and it's over the line for a line ball for Kilkenny. And the big, long, striding John going up now to take his place. What a roar off that jet as it goes over. Martin Coogan coming up to take the line ball. Ground ball blocked down by Mick Burns, way downfield. Pat Henderson coming out for Kilkenny now with the ball. And is shouldered by Donny Nealon, but it doesn't seem to move Pat Henderson as he sends the ball way up the field. Coming out for it now on this side, Jim Bennett. Jim Bennett now across into the centre, and it comes to Eddie Kerr. Eddie Kerr takes a shot that's most on Eddie Kerrish, and it goes very wide indeed. John O'Donoghue with the puck out. 1-3 to 1-1, Tipperary leading. And Liam Devaney grabbing the ball 50 yards out into the goal mouth. And a terrific tussle in there as Sean McLaughlin tried to get in. And it's still Ali Walsh with the ball. The referee has blown his whistle. And he's penalising one of the Kilkenny backs for holding on to Sean McLaughlin. And who could blame him? The ball on the 21-yard line now for a free for Tipperary. And Babs Keating is going to take it. Babs Keating taking it now. On the 21-yard line, Kilkenny lining the goal, and here it comes. It's low and hard, and Ali Walsh saves it, and it comes back in again, and it's a goal! It's a goal for Tipperary! A goal for Tipperary. Donny Nealon, I would say, was the one who finished it. It was in the Shamazel in there in the goal. It was either Jimmy Doyle or Donny Nealon in the tussle there, and the score is now 2-3 to 1-1 in favour of Tip after 17 minutes of the first half. Referee calling for the ball. Donny Nealon being attended to briefly there. Referee having a word on the right with one of the Kilkenny men. And a free to be taken by Jimmy Doyle from about 60 yards out from the Tipperary goal. Or from the Kilkenny goal, I should say. It goes into the goal mouth, and it's Ali Walsh again grabbing that ball. And although the forwards try to get into him, he gets that ball out to the far side, but Jimmy Doyle sends it back in again. Jim Tracy now, a shortish clearance. Jimmy Doyle running onto it. Jimmy Doyle gets it across now to John Flanagan. Flanagan being chased by Martin Coogan. But John Flanagan gets his puck in and he sends it wide. And the score remains Tipperary 2 goals and 3 points. Kilkenny 1 goal and 1. That is 9 points to 4 in favour of Tip after about 18 minutes of this first half. Ollie Walsh's puck out to the centre of the field. John Tehan is in under it, so also is Mick Burns for Tip. And Mick Burns gets it up now to John Flanagan. John Flanagan, 70 yards out from the Kilkenny goal. A high dropping ball. Pat Dillon and Babs Keating under it. Sean McLaughlin is there, so also is Ted Carroll. And so also is Ollie Walsh. And Ollie grabbing the ball out to the centre of the field. Added to by Pat Henderson. To Eddie Kerr. Eddie Kerr through now to Martin Brennan. Across now to this side of the field to Jim Bennett. Jim Bennett now working his way through, being tackled, but he works his way through, gets the ball back now to Eddie Kerr. Eddie Kerr's puck is good and it's over the bar. Eddie Kerr, the scorer, number 10 for Kilkenny, making the score now after just 18 and a half minutes of play. Tipperary 2-3, Kilkenny 1-2. Tipperary playing with this very strong wind in the first half, and from the puck out, the ball grabbed by Seamus Clear. Seamus Clear out now towards Klaus Dunn. Can Klaus get there? He can't, and the ball is over the line. A line ball far side of the field to be taken for Tipperary by Mick Burns. Energetic linesman dashing along to retrieve the ball. Then Gaynor and Eddie Kerr waiting to see if the ball will come their way. Doesn't at the moment anyway. Klaus Dunn with it is robbed by Tony Wall to Theo English. Theo English working his way up the field. His way blocked now by John Tehan. In there too is Tony Nealon and Paddy Moran. Paddy Moran way up the field with the ball now. Coming down to get it from the far side, Martin Brennan and Tommy Walsh. Tommy Walsh out now to this side to Jim Bennett. Jim Bennett and Nolo Gorman with it. And they're trying to make up the mind who's going to get that ball. Kieran Carey comes out, makes up the minds for them. And Kieran sends it well down the centre of the field. We're running up to it now is Klaus Dunn. Klaus Dunn with it now, 50 yards out. He's fouled and there's a free for Kilkenny. Free for Kilkenny, 50 yards out from the Tipperary goal, just outside the 50-yard line, and Eddie Kerr will take it. And he has sent it wide. Well, maybe it's the wind, I don't know what it is, but Eddie Kerr, who scored 14 points in the All-Ireland a few years ago, hasn't been quite so accurate today and looking a little bit disgusted with himself. The score, 2-3 for Tipperary, 1-2 for Kilkenny, and we make it just over 20 minutes gone. in this first half. Liam Devaney in under it now, the ball knocked away from him. Paddy Moran up to Eddie Kerr. Eddie Kerr up now to Jim Bennett. Coming across is Tony Wall. Jim Bennett to Tom Walsh. Tom Walsh through to Jim Lynch. Across now is Martin Brennan. John Doyle is there. Gets it out down to Mick Burns. Jim Lynch coming out now, tapping it to Claus Dunn. Claus Dunn for Kilkenny over on the far side of the field. And from about 60 yards out, it's a dropping, dangerous ball into the goal mouth. It's pulled down by Tony Wall too. Len Gaynor down the field. Claus Dunn trying to get to it. Jimmy Dodge or Theo English is out there. So is Mick Roach. Mick Roach gets it for Tipperary. Up to John Flanagan. First time pulling. Up to Sean McLaughlin. Sean McLaughlin with the sun beaming down. Trying to get inside Ted Carroll. And one way or another he stopped, and the method wasn't quite legal, just holding on to him, and there is a free in for Tipperary from the 21-yard line. Jimmy Doyle to take it, about 25 yards out. The sun beaming into the eyes of the defenders, and Jimmy has sent it over the bar for another point. Jimmy Doyle, the top scorer of the decade, as I say, the scorer of that point, to make the score now. Tipperary 2 goals and 4 points, Kilkenny 1 goal and 2 after 22 minutes of play in the first half. And from the puck out, the referee right up at the play all the time, Mick Hayes of Clare, blowing his whistle and awarding a free to Kilkenny. Martin Coogan to take it. Up towards Eddie Kerr and Len Gaynor. Between them it is. Eddie Kerr gets his stick to it into the centre to Jim Lynch. The ball cleared out to this side by Len Gaynor. Going very near the sideline. Paddy Moran is out for it. And Paddy Moran's puck blocked down by Theo English. Eddie Kerr with his stick getting it out towards the sideline, over the sideline. And it is a line ball for Tipperary. Nolo Gorman to take it about 25 yards out from the Tipperary goal. Little bit of discussion as to where it's placed, but it is placed, and it's hit and comes well up the field, way up the field. It's now going out over the line, and it is a line ball for Kilkenny. Line ball for Kilkenny about 60 yards out from the Kilkenny goal. You'll notice that against the wind, Kilkenny trying to keep the ball on the ground to avoid it being cut too much by the wind. Up it comes now, the ball out over the line, and it is a line ball, another line ball for Kilkenny, as Len Gaynor tapped it down just inside his own 50-yard line. And it's Paddy Moran now, number 8 for Kilkenny, to take the cut in. Oh, a lovely ball across the goal mouth. Ball blocked down. Kieran Carey trying to get it out. Comes out a bit, it goes in a bit, and it comes out now to Mick Burns. Mick Burns, a long, high, relieving clearance, blocked down by Seamus Clear. Ted Carroll is there. Ted Carroll's short clearance comes to John Flanagan, and John Flanagan for Tipperary from about 50 yards out drops it into the goal mouth, and again it's Ollie Walsh. Ollie Walsh out to this side of the field where Seamus Clear sells a dummy and then drops the ball into the centre of the field where Theo English is waiting for it, and Theo all alone, about 70 yards out, not alone anymore, but he's alone again as Eddie Kerr slips in his effort to get to him, and this long shot goes down towards the goal. The back's protecting the goalkeeper, and Ollie Walsh's clearance is very short, but it's added to by Pa Dillon to Martin Coogan. Martin Coogan up to the waiting John Tehan, and John from 50 yards from his own goal decides, wind or no wind, I'm going high with this one, and he sends it away up the field. Claus Dunn coming down for Jim Lynch is there. Tom Walsh is there, Tony Wall is there, and Tony Wall gets the ball out to Mick Burns, who slips. He's been chased by the full forward at the moment by Jim Lynch, but Mick Burns gets his puck in, and the ball goes off his stick out over the line for a line ball for Kilkenny. About 5 minutes or so left in this first half. The score 10 points to 5 in favour of Tip. If you work it out in points, it's 2-4 to 1-2. And this ball taken up along the far side. Kieran Carey going out, but John Doyle's got the ball now, and the crowd willing to cheer every move of John Doyle. John harassed there to hit the ball out over the sideline for a line ball for Kilkenny just outside the 21-yard line. Paddy Moran to take it. And in comes the ball across the goal mouth. Referee penalises the backs for holding on, and there's a free for Kilkenny. And it will be taken not by Eddie Kerr but by Tommy Walsh. And Tommy sends it over the bar for a point for Kilkenny, narrowing the gap. Tommy Walsh, the centre half there, number 11, coming out, looking quite satisfied with his score. That makes the score. Tipperary 2 goals and 4 points. Kilkenny 1 goal and 3. That's 10 points to 6 in favour of Tip with about 4 minutes left in the first half. And from the puck out, the referee penalises Pat Henderson for a push in the back there on John Flanagan, and there's another free for Tip. This one just inside the Kilkenny 50-yard line. The sun absolutely beaming now into the eyes of the Kilkenny defenders on the left as Jimmy Doyle takes his free. And he sends it over the bar, another point for Tip. Another point for Tip, scored by Jimmy Doyle after almost 27 minutes of play. To make the score now, Tipperary 2 goals and 5 points, Kilkenny 1 goal and 3. From the puck out, Tipperary come into the attack again. Jimmy Doyle down towards Babs Keating. Pat Dillon is there too. And the ball stalemate. Out it comes by Pa Dillon. Out to Eddie Kerr. Eddie on the halfway line now. Well up the field to Jim Lynch. Jim Lynch out to the wing. But it's a very hard pass indeed. And in fact it goes out over the sideline for a line ball for Tip, which will be taken by John Doyle. John Doyle to take it. And the crowd not too happy with the Kilkenny man pulling on the ball rather hard to get it back to the position from which it's to be taken. And John Doyle cuts it, a lovely ball well up the field. Martin Coogan is under it. Ball goes to John Flanagan for Tipperary. Out now comes Liam Devaney, and Liam Devaney in possession, but the referee has penalised Kilkenny for rather loose pulling there, and there's a free for Tipperary. 60 yards out from the Kilkenny goal. It's about 15 yards or so from the far sideline. And Jimmy Doyle will take it again. It's high and it's over the bar. Another point for Jimmy Doyle and Tipperary. And that's Jimmy Doyle's 4th point, and he was also has a share, I would say, in that very important goal. Tipperary 2-6. Kilkenny 1-3, 28 minutes gone in the first half, and remember Tip playing with this strong breeze. And from the puck out, it's Paddy Moran for Kilkenny, out to Klaus Dunn and Mick Burns, pull. Eventually Kieran Carey, beaten by Jim Lynch. Kieran gets his stick in again, however, and sends it down the field. The ball, of course, not the stick. It goes to John Tehan to Eddie Kerr, who's tapped on the wrist there, or on the knuckle, and there's a free for Kilkenny about 60 yards out from the Tipperary goal. Tommy Walsh to take it. Tommy, who like Ollie is from Thomastown, but they're not related, takes this one. It's a shortish one. It's blocked down by Mick Burns. Mick Burns coming out with the ball. The referee ducking the play very well. And the ball coming down to Paddy Moran. Paddy Moran to Tom Walsh. Tom Walsh going up the field with the ball now. Tackled. And the referee penalises the Tipperary man for the tackle. And there is a free for Kilkenny, this one about 35 yards out from the Tipperary goal. We're in the last minute of the first half. Tommy Walsh low and hard. Ball blocked down by Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor loses it. It comes back now out onto the wing on this side and going back to get it and clear it down the field. Mick Burns for Tipperary. But it's brought down 50 yards from the Tip goal by John Tehan. John Tehan now. A high one into the centre. Tapped down in the centre, out it comes to Mick Roach. Mick Roach for Tipperary, 50 yards from his own goal. Turning defence into attack as he sends it up between Ted Carroll, who's got the ball, and Sean McLaughlin. And Ted Carroll over now to Martin Coogan. Martin Coogan turning defence into attack. And a lovely bit of feeding there by Tony Wall. And Tony sending the ball away down the field. And it is gone right down where Pa Dillon's got it in his own 21, and Pa right up into the centre of the field now where John Tehan's got it. John Tehan racing up the side of the field with the ball now. goals and 6 points for Tipperary, 1 goal and 3 points for Kilkenny. Everything's ready now for the start of the game. Referee to throw it in. And 30 minutes away from glory for somebody. And it's Tipperary into the attack as the ball goes up the field against the breeze. And Liam Devaney sends it in towards the goal mouth. Pa Dillon and Babs Keating under it together. Pa Dillon out a little bit towards the wing. Coming up to it now and cutting it. Larry Kiley across into the centre end. It's Ollie Walsh coming out with the ball. 30 yards out from the goal. And a long relieving clearance that back by the wind makes defence attack. And it's Jim Lynch trying to get it in. Kieran Carey getting it out a bit. And Tony Wall clearing it for Tipperary out near the sideline. A sideline ball for the Kilkenny men on the far side. Just 75 yards out from the Tipperary goal. Sent in towards the goal. And Klaus Dunn going through with it. His way blocked. Ball comes out to Len Gaynor, and Len Gaynor clears it up into the centre of the field. Ball knocked down by Larry Kiley. Larry Kiley for Tipperary. Up along the far wing, Pat Henderson putting on the ball, and it's gone out over the sideline off a Tipperary man for a line ball for Kilkenny. But no, the linesman says otherwise. The linesman says that it was a Kilkenny man who sent it out over the line, and that means that the sideline puck is taken by Theo English. Theo English well upfield with the ball. The ball locked down. Seamus Clear with it now for Kilkenny in the black and amber stripes. And passing it intended to Paddy Moran, but it goes right up now to Theo English of Tipperary. And the tip man sends a dropping ball into the goal mouth. In under his Babs Keating. He's got the ball in his hand. He's trying to fist it in towards the goal. And Ollie Walsh deflects it out over the end line for a 70. A 70 being the free shot given to an attacking team when the defenders put it out over their own end line. That is other than into the goal, of course. Referee Mick Hayes showing to the Tipperary man Mick Roach just where to take the shot from, and here it comes. Lovely shot. No, it's gone to the left and it's gone wide. The umpire signalling it wide, and the score remains Tipperary 2 goals and 6 points, Kilkenny 1 goal and 3. Ollie Walsh now, and very interesting to see how long this puck will be. Here he comes, he's back by the wind, and here comes his puck out. And it drops within 30 yards of the Tipperary goal, which makes it a length of about 130 yards, that puck out. Eddie Kerr up along the left wing with the ball now. John Doyle, the man seeking his 9th All-Ireland, going back for it. Getting it up, trying to get it up on his stick. It won't come. Kieran Carey is in to help him. Martin Brennan for Kilkenny into the centre, and the ball cleared out by Noel O'Gorman to the far side of the field. Larry Kiley is in under over there with Seamus Clear. Larry Kiley beaten by Seamus Clear up to Tom Walsh. Tom Walsh along the ground. Across now into the centre to Eddie Kerr. Kerr's got it. He shakes the tackle and sends the ball in. But no, the referee has blown his whistle. Referee has blown his whistle for a free in for a foul tackle there by Mick Burns on Eddie Kerr as he was going through. And Mick, in fact, seemed to come off the worst in the tackle. But Eddie Kerr was going through. Number 10 for Kilkenny was going through and was fouled as he went through. And there is a free in for the Kilkenny men dead straight in front of the goal, 21 yards out. Number 11, Tom Walsh to take it. Eddie Kerr is usually the sharpshooter taking these frees, but he has been off. Today hasn't been shooting as well as usual, so he's been deposed. And the referee blows his whistle for this free by Tom Walsh. He misfires with it. He sends it into the goal mouth. It's a goal! It's a goal! It's a goal for Kilkenny! It's a goal for Kilkenny. Somebody got it in there. Somebody got it. It was a mishit free. It went in, and I wouldn't be surprised, in fact, if it was one of the backs who hit it off the upright and the ball went into the net. And that makes the score now Tipperary 2 goals and 6 points, Kilkenny 2 goals and 3, 12 points to 9 after 4 minutes of play. 3 points between them. And Theo English sends the ball up now towards the Kilkenny goal. It's got by John T, and John T away down the field, and the ball gone too hard and out over the end line and wide. Puck out to be taken against the wind this time by the Tipperary man, John O'Donoghue. And here he comes, that cap on him to keep the sun out of his eyes. High into the centre of the field, ball blocked down by Kilkenny, and it's Eddie Kerr for Kilkenny up now to Jim Lynch grabbing the ball, trying to get his way past the full back, but Kieran Carey fouls him very obviously, holding on to him there, and there is a free in for Kilkenny. Dead straight in front of the goal, and this one about 35 yards out from the goal, and Tommy Walsh to take it. No, the referee calls it back. Just why, I'm not too sure. I think he hit the ball before the referee blew the whistle. That must have been it. And now Tom Walsh to take this free again. Here he comes. And he sends it high and over the bar for a point for Kilkenny. A point for Kilkenny to narrow the gap now, and the score now is Tipperary 2 goals and 6 points, Kilkenny 2 goals and 4, only 2 points between them after 6 minutes of this second half. And the ball hit out, pucked out from the goal by John O'Donoghue against the breeze, but he does send it about 80 yards. Martin Coogan for Kilkenny sends it out over the sideline, and it is a sideline puck for the Tipperary men. Just short of their own 70-yard line, Mick Burns to cut it up. A lovely high one off the ground, way up the field. Donny Neal into the centre. Dean Devaney with it now for the Tipperary man. He's tackled by Ted Carroll. Mick Roach tackled him to it. Ted gets the ball off Mick Roach's stick there and out over the sideline for a line ball for Tipperary. Tipperary marching up the sideline, as it were. A few moments ago it was 70 yards out from their own goal. Now it's 50 yards out from the Kilkenny goal, and this high ball dropping into the goal mouth. Babs Keating blocks it down. The full forward blocks it down. But the goalkeeper, Ronnie Walsh, is there again. And what a great game he's having. Sending the ball down now to Eddie Kerr. Eddie Kerr's puck blocked down by Tony Wall of Tipperary. But now it's Paddy Moran. Paddy Moran up the field. But Tommy Walsh of Kilkenny wasn't expecting that. And Mick Burns in possession is shouldered. The referee blows his whistle and is calling for the ball and awarding a free there to the Tipperary men for that charge on Mick Burns, who is down being attended to in the centre of the field. The score 2 goals and 6 points for Tip, 2 goals and 4 for Kilkenny. And the free, there is a substitution being made. Mick Burns going off. There is a substitution, I think, being made on the Tipperary team. They haven't quite made up their mind. Ozzie Bennett, one of the mentors, calling in a sub, but Mick Burns says, no, I'm staying on this team, and he does. Tony Wall takes the free. Tony out to this side of the field. Tony Needham going to the ball now for tip up along the wing to Jimmy Doyle. Jimmy Doyle keeping it in play, sending it across into the goal. Babs Keating now kicking the ball across. Pulling out, and the ball is wide. It shook the net, but it shook it on the outside, and neither Ollie Walsh nor anybody else in the back saw it either. Ollie Walsh to take the puck out. Mick Burns, the man who was down injured a moment ago, being beaten this time by Klaus Dunn for Kilkenny, and Klaus sends it high into the goal mouth, dropping out towards the right. Jim Lynch trying to get it down. Out there too was Jim Bennett, and now it's Eddie Kerr across the goal mouth, and John O'Donoghue, the goalkeeper, with the cap, coming out with the ball. About to be tackled. Doesn't worry him, or does it? He's still coming away with the ball, and if Ollie Walsh can do it at one end, John O'Donoghue apparently can do it at the other. Clearing the ball into the centre of the field. Theo English pulling on it. Can't quite get it up the field. Mick Burns pulling on it. Can't get it up the field either. John Tehan scoops it down to Eddie Kerr. Eddie Kerr very quickly into his hand and high, and over the bar for a point for Kilkenny. Eddie Kerr, the scorer of that one after 9 minutes of play to make the score now. Tipperary 2 goals and 6 points. Kilkenny 2 goals and 5. 1 point between them. John O'Donoghue with the puck out for the Tipperary men. Remember, Kilkenny playing with the wind in the second half. Out comes the ball into the centre of the field. Ball is knocked down by Paddy Moran. To Klaus Dunn. The Kilkenny men rampant now. Soloing up the field as if the ball were stuck to his hurley. He takes his shot, and there's the equaliser. Klaus Dunn, the scorer. Nicholas He was christened, but they call him Close, and Close done the score of the equaliser, and it's 2-6 each. And Mick Burns is going off the field and is being replaced by Mick Lanigan. Mick Burns gone off the Tipperary team and replaced by Mick Lanigan. The referee just making a note of the alteration on the Tipperary team, and the sides level, 2 goals and 6 points each. One has to go back to 1922 for the last time that Kilkenny beat Tipperary in an All-Ireland final. They've beaten them in other games, but not in an All-Ireland before. They're going to do it today. Jim Bennett with the ball, he sends it in, and he sends it wide. Yes, so they're going to do it today. That's the big question now, because after almost 11 minutes play in the second half, the sides are level. And the ball comes out now about 50 yards out. Eddie Kerr up now to Tom Walsh. Tom Walsh trying to draw out John Doyle. Gets the ball into Eddie Kerr, has run into it. Jim Bennett is in there. So also is Kieran Carey for Tipperary. And it's cleared out by Noel O'Gorman, added to by Tony Wall. 3 tip men going for it together. And this looks like a slight case of panic at the moment as the Kilkenny men trying to weave the way through. Eddie Kerr, a very deft pass out now to Klaus Dunn. Klaus working his way up. Mick Lanigan is after him. Klaus still with the ball. Mick Lanigan gone back there. So is Theo English. And Theo English comes out to 50 yards out where Paddy Moran gets it. And Paddy high into the goal. Kieran Carey with the ball now. The ball knocked off his stick by Tom Walsh. Jim Lynch is in there. Right, the goal! It's the goal! A goal and the lead by Tom Walsh. Tom Walsh for Kilkenny, crashing that one in, and now Kilkenny lead 3-6 to Tipperary's 2-6. Oh, what an opportunist goal, as quick as a wink into the net. And it's Kilkenny in front now by a goal, and here they come again. But going back to stop them, Tony Wall. His puck isn't very long, it goes to Paddy Moran. Paddy Moran well up the field. Coming out now is Kieran Carey, the full back for Tipperary. His clearance goes now to Theo English, putting on it along the ground against the wind, trying to make all the ground they can along the ground. Out comes Pat Henderson. Pat Henderson for Kilkenny, hooked there by young John Flanagan. Ball loose to John Tehan. John Tehan for Kilkenny, but his puck blocked down by Mick Roach. Back at Pat Henderson now, and he's bottled up by 2 Tipperary men, but gets his puck in, but it goes to Theo English. Theo English with the ball now, a high one in towards the goal mouth, and Ollie Walsh has gone back for it, but he doesn't have to get to it. The ball is knocked down and cleared out by Ted Carroll. Where it comes into the centre of the field, the referee blows his whistle and awards a free to Tipperary for a foul pull there. And Eddie Kerr has gone off the Kilkenny team, and Dick Blanchfield is on. And the free by Mick Roach is taken. It's high, it's to the left, and it's just barely wide. And the score remains Kilkenny 3 goals and 6 points, Tipperary 2 goals and 6. Waiting for the dropping ball out in the centre of the field. Number 9 on the stripes, John Tehan, and with them Mick Roach for Tipperary. Ollie Walsh standing back now, waiting for the referee's attention to come round to the puck out, because at the moment he's writing the name of the substitute who has come on, and it's just going to start pouring rain. And here comes Ollie Walsh with the puck out. Umbrellas produced all round the place. It's high, the wind's behind it, and it's dropped about 70 yards out from the opposing goal. Len Gaynor with a good clearance for Tipperary. Switches in the tip team now. Ball comes up to Paddy Moran. Paddy Moran out to the right wing. Jim Bennett trying to get in behind, but the ball's gone over the end line and wide. Any resemblance between the Tipperary forward line that started and as it is now is purely coincidental. Liam Devaney is gone in full forward. Babs Keating is centre half forward on the Tipperary team. John Flanagan is top of the left. Jimmy Doyle is top of the right in the Tipperary forward line. And Larry Kiley under that one is left half forward. He gets the ball up to John Flanagan, coming out for it. John being chased by Ted Carroll. And John, this 20-year-old lad, out now to Larry Kiley. Larry, number 17 for Tip, going up the far side of the field, but he is hooshed off it there with the ball, and the linesman holding up his flag. They're all claiming it over there. Some of the mentors trying to get in a good word for themselves too. But it is a Kilkenny ball as the linesman decides that Larry Kiley of Tip brought the ball out over the sideline himself. Seamus Clear with the line ball up along the wing. Jim Bennett tries to get to it, does, and away he goes up the field with the ball. He's 50 yards out now and he's hooked with Len Gaynor after him, and Len puts Tip, but no, the ball goes off his stick. I was going to say he puts Tip into the attack, he doesn't. The ball goes off his stick out over the sideline, and it is a sideline puck for Kilkenny, just short of their own 70-yard line, and Seamus Clear is coming to take it. Kilkenny leading 3-6 to Tip's 2-6. Oh, and what a lovely cut this, way up in the air and way down the field with it now. Jim Lynch has got inside his man, he's trying to get through, but the ball is just knocked off his stick there, out over the sideline, under pressure there. The Tip men getting it out over the sideline, and there is a line ball for Kilkenny about 10 yards from the Tipperary end line, over in front of the hill. And it is cut in across the goal mouth. Tony Wall is back there, a short clearance added to by Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor up now into the centre of the field, where the ball goes to Seamus Clear of Kilkenny, however, and Seamus down into the goal, and Tony Wall gone back to cover up again. He's in there in front of the goal, bringing the ball out, keeping it in play. This very experienced hurler out now to Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor up the field with the ball now, bringing it up himself with a lovely solo effort, and he's been chased there, but he gets rid of the ball up to the centre of the field where Babs Keating has got it, and Babs sends Tipperary into the attack now to Jimmy Doyle. Jimmy Doyle lets it run in behind him, and Donny Nealon's gone inside. Donny across now to Liam Levan, but the pass is intercepted by Pa Dillon, and Pa Dillon of Kilkenny clears the ball down into the centre of the field where Mick Roach has got it, and Mick Roach for Tipperary trying to turn the fence into attack, succeeds as he gets the ball to Jimmy Doyle. Jimmy Doyle robbed by John Tehan, and away comes John Tehan, literally checking the ball off Jimmy Doyle's stick and sending it up the field. It's close done now for Kilkenny with it, trying to throw out the Tipperary defence, and now feeding it out to the wing, but it's very much out to the wing. Dick Blanchfield, who's come on as a sub, being beaten by Tipperary's Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor being held, and there's a free out for the not the Len Gaynor, but Noel Gorman, I should say, and there's a free out for the Tipperary men from 14 yards out from their own end line. 3-6 to 2-6, Kilkenny leading, and 17 minutes gone in the second half. That 9th All-Ireland medal, I wonder what's running through John Doyle's mind at the moment. A long free by Noel O'Gorman against the wind. It's blocked down by Seamus Clear of Kilkenny into the centre to Tom Walsh of Kilkenny. He sends it up the field. Out comes John Doyle now, and pulling on the ball, gets it over to Mick Roach. Mick Roach bringing it further out. Coming up along the wing with the ball. John Tehan is after him. And Roach with the ball now. His puck blocked down. And the ball going eventually to Martin Brennan, and Martin Brennan sending it in towards the Tipperary goal where Kieran Carey has shouldered off it. Now it's John Doyle with the ball, trying to come up to do something dramatic about this 9th All-Ireland, and here he comes, but now he's lost his stick, he's lost the ball as well, and it's close done for Kilkenny with it. Close, and John Doyle in there in the middle of it all without the stick. And the ball comes up now to Martin Coogan of Kilkenny, and he sends it down the field. Pulled down by Jim Lynch, and it just barely goes wide. What a lovely piece of hurling that by Jim Lynch. It's hard, tough stuff at the moment as Kilkenny lead by this one goal, 3-6 to 2-6. From the puck out, Len Gaynor and Tommy Walsh. Len Gaynor of Tipperary with the ball is tackled and fouled, and there's a free for Tipperary 60 yards from their own goal. Tip may be trailing, but they're not beaten by any means. 19 minutes gone in the second half. Len Gaynor's free. Goes to Babs Keating. Babs Keating being chased by Pat Henderson, and Babs sends a high dropping ball across the goal mouth. Donny Nealon is in under it, and he tried to get to it, so is Jim Tracy, and it's Martin Coogan there too, and Donny Nealon palms it across in front of the goal, and Alan Walsh comes out with a clearance, a half clearance as it were. The ball blocked down in front of the Kilkenny goal. Donny Nealon trying to get Larry Kiley is in there, and Paddy Moran for Kilkenny getting the ball under his stick and clearing it away down the field. Very well held there, and courageously held by Len Gaynor, and Len coming up the field trying to open up the play, but as he does so the ball just skids off his stick out over the sideline, and it is a line ball for Kilkenny. 20 minutes gone in the second half, and Seamus Clear sends a high ball way up the field. Gone back for it is Tony Wall, and the linesman is waving his flag out there. Just which direction? It's a Kilkenny ball. Went off a Tipperary man. 3-6 to 2-6 in favour of Kilkenny. Kilkenny playing with the wind in the second half and the sun beaming down, and the Tipperary defenders now a shortish ball that goes into Jim Bennett. Jim Bennett tried to get a little bit further in, but it's grabbed by Mick Lonigan for Tipperary. His puck blocked down by Jim Bennett. Jim recovering, lost cast as it were there for the a hard pull there across Tom Walsh, and there is a very definite free in for Kilkenny as Tom Walsh down injured, and there's a free for Kilkenny dead straight in front of the goal about 30 yards out. The score 3-6 to 2-6. Klaus Dunn to take this free, and Klaus sends it high and over for another point for Kilkenny. And that makes the score now. Kilkenny 3 goals and 7 points, Tipperary 2 goals and 6, and Tom Walsh is up but is all right. Out there in his position about 70 yards out from the Tipperary goal. Out comes the puck out, and it's Babs Keating with the ball now. Tipperary trailing by 4 points, but battling back at the intended pass by Babs Keating, intercepted by John Tehan. And his intended pass is intercepted by Theo English, who in turn is intercepted by Tom Walsh. Tom Walsh up now to Jim Lynch. Jim Lynch trying to bring the ball up the field, succeeding. Being chased now by Mick Lonigan. He's still got this Kilkenny man, still got the ball. He's nearly at the end line now as he pipped the ball in the centre. John Doyle half brings it down in front of the goal. The ball scooped out by Len Gaynor to Mick Lonigan to Theo English. Theo English hooshes his man off the ball there, and it goes loose to Paddy Moran of Kilkenny. His puck goes up the field where Kieran Carey is in there, so is Noel Gorman. Noel Gorman with the ball, and Noel clears it out to Larry Kiley. Larry Kiley tries to double on it first time, doesn't succeed in getting to it. The ball does go back now to Len Gaynor. Tipperary in the attack now again. Up now to John Flanagan, but putting on it first time is Ted Carroll. Ted Carroll way down the field, coming out for it now. 2 Tipperary men, they don't get it. The 1 Kilkenny man, Tom Walsh does. Tom out to the left wing. Mick Lonigan has it now for tip, trying to solo his way up along the near side of the field. Into the centre where Paddy Moran of Kilkenny is waiting for it. He sends it out to the far side where in fact Len Gaynor of Tipperary is waiting for it. And he sends it up now to Larry Kiley on the halfway line. Larry 70 yards out now from the Kilkenny goal. He's working his way up. He's 60 yards out. Sends a high one in towards the goal. Jim Tracy is there. Jim 30 yards out from his goal. And the Kilkenny captain coming out, soloing his way down and sending the ball down to Tom Walsh. Grabbing it. The Kilkenny men hungry for hurling now as he goes up the field with the ball. Up now to the wing where it goes to Martin Brennan, who lets it run on to Tom Walsh, who slightly mistimes it. In comes Mick Roach for Tipperary, and the Tipperary line is defended once again, and it comes up now to Babs Keating. Babs Keating 60 yards out. His puck blocked down by Pat Henderson. Cleared out by Martin Coogan. Down it comes to Jim Bennett. Bennett 60 yards out, and he mishits the ball, and it goes to Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor right through up to the centre now, where the ball is grabbed by Paddy Moran. And Paddy Moran way out over the end line and wide. And the score remains Kilkenny 3 goals and 7 points, Tipperary 2 goals and 6, and there's another substitution on the Kilkenny team. And there's one on the Tipperary team too, but it's a Kilkenny sub that's come on and a Tipperary man that's gone off. Theo English has gone off the Tipperary team. And as far as Kilkenny are concerned, John Kinsella has come on. John Kinsella has come on the Kilkenny team to replace Jim Bennett. Theo English has gone off the Tipperary team, and I'll get his replacement in just a moment. It is in fact PJ Ryan. PJ Ryan has come on as a sub. Puck out by John O'Donoghue. Larry Kiley a little bit up the field. Pulled down by Liam Devaney, who's come out the field again. Pa Gillen, a rock today indeed for Kilkenny, and he clears it way down the far side of the field. The ball gone out over the side. Oh no, yes it is. It's gone out over the sideline, a line ball for tip. And the situation is, with 6 minutes left in the game, Kilkenny 4 points in front. 3 goals and 7 points, Tipperary 2 goals and 6. And this line ball here by Noel O'Gorman went off his stick, and an O of dismay from the Tipperary followers This means that there's a line ball just inside the 50-yard line for Kilkenny, just within 50 yards of the Tipperary goal. Paddy Moran to take it. Lowish one. A very short one altogether. It goes to the Tipperary man, PJ Ryan, who just come on as a sub, but he's been beaten there by John Kinsella, who also has just come on as a sub. And the ball eventually goes back to Noel, to Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor up the field with it. And in under it now, Donny Neal. Donny can't quite get to it. Ted Cardle is there. Ted Cardle down to John Tehan. And John Tehan doing a little bit of juggling there before he's tackled by Mick Roach, but he gets in a long relieving clearance that becomes an attacking shot. In under the attack, Tony Wall. Ball kicked out to the far side, and it is got by Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor with the ball for Tipperary on the far side. He gets it up to PJ Ryan, is fouled, and there is a free for a push there by Kilkenny, and there is a free. Tom Walsh is going off the Tom Walsh has gone off the Kilkenny side and has been replaced by Pat Carroll. And that's the three substitution. The round of applause just to the left of the referee as Tom Walsh is going off the field. He was in the wars there, gone off injured, and the referee noting the replacement. Kilkenny have made their three substitutions now, and anybody that has to go off now, well, they can't replace him. It's Paddy Moran under the ball with the ball now, coming back out to this side of the field, and John Tehan is there for Kilkenny up along the left wing, going out over the sideline, and it's John Doyle to take this line ball, and he'll put all the vim, vigour and vitality of his native Holy Cross into this one. He sends it well up the field. It's held by Martin Coogan, and Martin Coogan drops the ball within 40 yards of the Tipperary goal. It comes down now to Martin Brennan. He can't quite get it in. Jim Lynch is there. Kieran Carey is in there. And there's a shot sent over the bar by Dick Blanchfield for a point. Dick Blanchfield, the scorer, number 20. He was one of the substitutes for the Kilkenny team, has sent that one over. And now with 3 minutes left in the game, Kilkenny 3-8. Tipperary 2-6, and another Kilkenny man has gone down injured, but he seems to be all right as he continues. Out comes the ball, and it comes up now to Liam Devaney. Devaney going through with the ball. He's 40 yards out. He's 30. He's on the 21. He's trying to tip the referee. Has blown his whistle. Referee has blown his whistle. It's a free for Tipperary. I'm sure they'll have a go at a goal here. Babs Keating is going to take it. Less than 3 minutes left in the game. 5 points between them, and a goal would mean there was only 3. He takes the shot, it's low, it's hard, it's blocked down, and it's cleared out to this side by Martin Coogan. Martin Coogan out near the sideline. John Tehan keeps it in play, and it goes in, however, to Larry Kiley. Larry Kiley, a high ball that goes to the left of the upright and has gone wide. Just about 2 minutes left in the game. In points, it's Kilkenny 17 points to Tipperary's 12. The overall score, 3 goals and 8 points to 2 goals and 6. Ollie Walsh to take the puck out. Kilkenny followers sensing victory, getting behind him as he does so. Close down in under it. Ball goes past him. Martin Brennan into the centre now to John Kinsella. A shot that's high to the left and it's wide. But with time ticking away, it could be described as almost as good as a score. The Tipperary captain, Mick Roach, looking at his hand out there, just wondering, can they do anything? Can they do anything now to pull this game out of the fire? John O'Donoghue up into the centre of the field. Jimmy Doyle pulls on it. Adds to the length of the ball, but it's Pat Henderson for Kilkenny clearing down. And Kilkenny are in the attack again as it goes up by John Kinsella. To Dick Blanchfield is coming out to it. Len Gaynor is there. And so is Klaus Dunn for Kilkenny. So also Noel O'Gorman. Noel O'Gorman across to Len Gaynor. Len Gaynor up now to Mick Roach. Mick Roach tackled. He's still getting the ball into his hand 50 yards of his own goal. Donny Needham trying to get inside Jim Tracy. Jim Tracy robbed by Jimmy Doyle, and Jimmy Doyle is going through. He's 30 yards out. He takes a shot that's gone high and has gone over the bar for a point. But a point at this stage, well, it just improved the look of the scoreboard. And the score now is Kilkenny 3-8, Tipperary 2-7. And the crowd really getting behind Kilkenny now as Ollie Walsh comes up to take the puck out.